Hey guys, Darth Gloric here, back with part 2 of my Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild playthrough. So last time we just started exploring, and we met up with Link, and we learned that it's been 100 years since since the Great Calamity. That's what it was. And so now we're just vibing. So we picked up at the moment our main quest here is to get these shrines. There are 3 shrines. One of them is right up there, as you can see. And at the very end of last episode, we managed to pick up the warm doublet, or however you say it. And but it's warm, and the point is it'll give us some cold resist. And it's neato that we were able to get it before we explored the area, because it's convenient that it's a thing, because it's going to allow us to explore the cold region that we're about to go to easier, which is huge, because otherwise exploring the cold region, the only other real way that you would be able to go up here without taking mad damage was if you made a whole bunch of meals with spicy peppers in them so that they would give you cold resist. It is technically an option. I just don't like doing that. I like having the gear that I need to go to a new area, like that has like either too hot or too cold or whatever the situation is. Because I like to be able to just explore at my own pace, you know, and if because I don't know, if I have meals that give me resistances of certain kinds, I feel like it's always gonna put me on a timer. I mean, you know, because I mean, you know, mathematically, it's true. Like, you know, it's gonna put you on a timer. You'll be like, well, you know, I have to go straight for this objective, or I have to go here, or I can't look around too much, guys. I don't have enough food. Like, it's a whole thing, and that's just not my vibe. I want to be able to just explore on my own pace. You know. Okay, so there are 2. One of them is, of course, right over there. Oh. Did you shoot and miss? Like, I wasn't even moving. Anyway, well. May as well. My shield's almost broken too, which is a thing. So there is 2 shrines. One of them is over there. One of them is up there. We're gonna go to both. I guess we'll go to this other one first. Although, really quick, what is over here? This little group of buildings. Hello. Anyway, we're not really here for all this. Oh, it's a broken guardian. Yay. Other than that, firewood. Nice. We're gonna need a lot of that later. Alright. Well. You know, we do not have to do it this way. I don't know if there's anything in there or not. Oh, there we go. There was something. Look at that. Anyway, if you're wondering what this is, so it doesn't do almost any damage at all, but it will make a breeze. So what you can do is you can, if you get on that little boat on the end, you can use the little leaf to throw wind around, and steer your little boat. So technically it's a thing. Ooh. But I can already tell you, that's not it. We need to go ahead and drop it. I actually have more slots than I realized, but it's alright. And we'll go this for now. The leaf isn't worth a whole lot, so we can just keep our slots open. I think we'll work towards the red markered shrine first. I think that'll be a better expenditure of time. Now, there should be little dudes over here somewhere. I remember there's a little nest of them, but it could be higher up. There's probably several little groups of them, to be honest. Still, though, with our little warm shirt that we're wearing, as you can see, now we can just hang out in this area, because we're beneath the marker, so we're not taking any damage. Alright, I suppose going this other way really is the method. Ho-ho! I knew there was guys around here somewhere. Alright, no one panic. Not even ready. We'll see if we can get at least one of them. Oh, look at that. Ah, dang it. I moved forward, so it counted that I broke sneak because it pulled me out of sneak. Sick. Oh, you should really mean it. There we go. And then a shield. My shield is very badly damaged. So we'll go ahead and just drop it. There's plenty of shields, so I just don't have to maintain gear that's not very good. We'll go that far side so it blows closer to me in a perfect world. If there's anything in there, which I'm going to go with no. Oh. There's just a chest in the middle of everything. Oh, convenient. Anyway. We can grab any of this gear, which is great. There's another little camp over here, but those ones might be awake. The red shrine is to our left, and that's where we're going next, but they are awake. That'll work. I was gonna say, you guys made a mistake. You have made a mistake. Alright, well, I'll take all the little chutzpah. Otherwise, nothing crazy. Alright, on to the red shrine. Alright, the shrine is right below us, but we're gonna have to be really careful here. Although that's fine. Alright, right down here. Man, once we have a glider, so much navigation is gonna be so much easier. Oh, it's a damn shrine! Sorry. Anyway, don't worry about that. Although funny, not my joke. I got that from Game Grumps, so... Funny, yes. Original, no. Which should surprise no one. Like, 99% of what I say is not original. Alright. So we're gonna get a new power in this one. Stasis. I was trying to remember what it was called. I was thinking, like, time stop? I'm like, that doesn't sound right. I was like running through my head trying to remember, you know, what everything meant. Alright, we're gonna get a new power called Stasis. No, 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 no. Boop. Sick. Yes. Stasis, stop the flow of time for an object. Stops an object in time while storing its kinetic energy. The stored energy will act upon the object when the flow of time resumes. Making good use of the stored energy can move even the largest objects. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And very convenient. I will show you. This, you will discover what this is all about. So anything that you can interact with this power is obviously in yellow. And we're going to wait for it. There. But it'll be on that little, it'll beep at you. It'll be that little timer. Ba 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 bang, and then it resumes again. You can also stop it earlier if you want that to be a thing. I'm gonna wait for the power to come back before I, you know, bother. This is bold. Okay, so you'll see there'll be that arrow. That arrow shows which direction it's gonna go. So basically, it's convenient because as you hit it, you can get it to like store the energy, and then it'll fly a certain direction. And so it's convenient because you can use it to obviously move very, very heavy objects. So it's very good. Just keep in mind, I keep wanting to just like jump and glide on things, and that's just not a thing. We just need to follow it enough so I can get past. Alright. Do I have any open slots for... I do not. Alright. Mostly good for mining, but it works for other things too. Like, say, oh, I don't know, a giant rock. Honestly, that's probably more than enough. Yeah. That is more than enough. Sick. Alright, we're just gonna make sure there's nothing behind, which there's not. And that's it. That's the ticket. Yes. Give me the orb. Sick. Alright, a spirit orb. There's 3. Okay, so now we are on our way to the last shrine that we have, and we will see what kind of trouble we interact with along the way. Time will tell. But I'm gonna see if anything, if our boyo here says anything, the old man, if he says anything after we pop out of here, which we'll see. Doesn't look like it, does it? Although while we're right here, that's probably plenty. Ba. There it goes. Oh, cute. I mean, obviously we're gonna have to do the whole thing about emptying my inventory and all that jazz, but luckily I have plenty of crappy bows. So give me the bow. Sick. Alright, got a new bow. Alright, we are a little farther now. I found a little chest with a few arrows in it, which was kind of cool. And other than that, nothing insane. You messed up, boyo. I'll take another one. Messed up again. Well, that's interesting. We can drop one of those in favor of the better one. Getting a little low on weapons, though. I think I noticed. Amber. Right. Alright. Blue Shrine is basically over that way, but we're still loosely ascending our little mountain here. I'm kind of surprised. I think he had a weapon, so I would suspect maybe it fell off of him when he slid off the mountain. Is it worth going down there for? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I was thinking it was farther. Well, I don't see a weapon still, though, but there was a little bit of loot, and it wasn't exactly far, so. Well, look who I found. Haha, I see gazing out at the world from... I enjoy gazing out at the world from here. Breathtaking view. This may be the best place to get a full view of the entire plateau. Use your scope to look for shrines. When you look at one, place a pin. Yes, thank you. Alright, I cannot... Interesting. It just looks so... Oh, look at that. You can just search it. Anyway. Obviously, we're, you know, just looking at all this. Look at that. Alright, well, obviously, that's where we're going, but that's what I was looking for. There was that ring down there. You guys want to see something neato? If I can find a fairly straight-looking spot to risk it here, I will show you something cool. Alright, I think this might be straight enough. Ready? Whoa! Woohoo! Alright. So that is a super neato thing. You can surf your shield, which is really cool. It's a little bit hard on the durability of your shield, and so you have to be a little bit, you know, careful when doing it, but it's really fun. It's very fun and a very fast way to travel. There you go. You found me. There you go. Okay. Anyway, on to the shrine. Okay, we're getting a little closer now, but look, there's one of the DLC chests. with some free bomb arrows, which is pretty hype, but we are on our way. My shield's a little banged up, and I'm getting a little low on weapons, but one thing at a time. Hey, guys. Might as well do some free damage, you know what I mean? Give me your weapon. Give me that. Anyway. I'll take that. I feel like there was more a second ago, but I feel like there was 3, you know, and then I got, what, 2 of them, and the other guy just, like, I don't know. Chose non-violence as the way of his life, I guess, and moved on with his life. Anyway, what we're really here for... Ah, okay. Doesn't matter. Well, we can get that in a second. I think I know what power we're about to get. And, if it's the one I'm thinking of, we can get that chest in the center of that frozen lake in a second. We can't grab it now, because if we touch that water, I think it freezes us, if not kills us instantly, because, you know, it's frozen up here. You can't go in that water. Alright. The next shrine. The Cryonis? Cryonis, I guess? I don't know. Don't worry about it. I think it's gonna be the power that freezes things. Which, by freezes things, I mean you can make frozen platforms on, like, water surfaces. Which is more useful than you would think. Because, you know, it already has some mild use, but, like, you know. Yeah, create a pillar of ice from a water surface. There you go. It is incredible. You can use it to cross. There's several really big lakes in this area. You can use it to cross entire lakes because you certainly won't have the stamina to swim up the whole thing. So I was just gonna make sure there was nothing behind me. But so if you're gonna cross a lake, for instance, you would do this, and then of course you jump on it and climb to the top, and then you make another one. Eventually, you get really fast at them. And I think you can have up to 3 active at any one time, I believe. I'm genius. Anyway. Obviously, this water's not deep, so I don't have to be doing that the whole way. Better get over here, pal, because I'm not going over there until you get closer. Nice miss, idiot. Yay. Anyway. Alright, so obviously we have to get up here. Sorry, a little far. And then one more for me to... Well, I guess I don't actually have to do that, because we can just climb them. Alright, make sure there's no little obvious chests, which there's not. Oh-ho! Hup! Alright, all the way to the top. I knew there'd be something. Cool. Well, I have the slots anyway, so nothing wrong with that. Alright, anyway. I can hear the garbage truck outside again, by the way. I guess I will, mute for a second. Although, really, I mean, you know, we're probably about to cut away for a second anyway. Although, maybe not, though, right? Because we grab this, and then we get outside, and I imagine the old man will be like, you know, you did it, meet me here, or whatever. So, maybe we won't maybe we won't end up cutting away. I feel a little out of it today. I feel like really zombified today. So if my commentary is really not good, I apologize. I wanted to play, and I don't know. I felt more alert, but now that I'm actually recording, I'm noticing that my commentary is really not good, and I have nothing to say. you know? So I feel like I'm just making it up as I go along, and I'm like, this is not good commentary. Anyway, so I apologize about my flat commentary today. Not a bad mood, I'm just a zombie. Anyway. With this, you have now acquired all of the spirit orbs from the shrines on this plateau. Extraordinary! That means it is finally time. Link, it is finally time for me to tell you everything. But first, imagine an X on your map with the 4 shrines as the endpoints. Find the spot where those lines intersect. I shall await for you there. Do you understand? Where 2 lines connecting the shrines would cross. There I will be waiting. And vanishes into nothing. I'm like, what just happened? Anyway. So obviously I know where he is. But, with this power, now we can grab this. So this is a great way to demonstrate how you would cross a lake, for instance. Because if I touch that water, obviously bad things happen. But of course you can lift stuff, including, let's say, a chest out of the water. Oh. Drat. Anyway. Yay! Anyway. So you have to be careful, because of course you can't touch anything. But if you were going to cross, you get really fast at it, you know? That was close. I barely made that. Anyway, so if you picture these shrines as an X, he's chilling, I believe, in the Temple of Time. So, he's over here at the Temple of Time. So, I mean, like, because if you figure that's probably where the lines cross, right? Yeah. So that's what the lines cross, so. He's right here, kids. Not to spoil your fun for you, but that's where he is. So, we are getting close. You might have noticed as we've been exploring that when I go to it, like if I kill a whole bunch of dudes, go back to an area, the dudes are gone, which makes sense because I killed them. And so you might have thought to yourself, oh, well, do guys not respawn? So you can like clear an area for realsies, right? Wrong. You'll see what I mean. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. Later on, before too much longer, I imagine, we'll get first-hand experience what all that means. So now that we have 4 little orbs here, we can turn them in. You who have conquered the shrines and claimed their spirit orbs, I can offer you great power. It appears you have claimed spirit orbs. In exchange for 4, I will amplify your being. What do you desire? So you can do hearts or stamina. Probably go hearts first. Yes, another heart container. Yay! So that's obviously great motivation to do shrines, because, you know, boosting your hearts and your stamina is going to be very important. Yeah. Now we have 4 hearts. Huzzah. I'm like, wait a second. I hear the old man. The blessing of the goddess has made you that much more resilient, I see. Here I am. Get up here quickly. Sure thing, ghost guy. Alright, so something that does respawn are these pots over here, and sometimes they might contain some loot. So, like, arrows is a very common loot in these, but they might not have respawned yet, because if you do them too fast, they don't... The loot takes a while to respawn in them, so yeah, I'm thinking it's too fast. The pots are back, but the loot's not, so... Anyway, but now we must work on our way of getting up here, which is kind of a whole undertaking, to be honest. Now, you can jump early, but it takes a whole bunch of stamina, and I don't think it's more... I think it's more efficient to wait, I believe. Oh, right. No glider. I was like, yeah, I'll just glide to this little ledge, and it'll be great. No, you won't. Anyway, so I think... So jumping takes a great deal of extra stamina. So you can jump if you have the extra stamina for it, but I think it's more cost-effective to not jump. It's much faster to jump, but if you don't have the stamina to burn to reach a thing, you gotta just be patient. Alright, we will get closer to this ledge. There we go. Okay, maybe this little one is the best way. Grr. There we go. To be honest, that was actually cleaner than I normally do it. Normally, I go up that other side. Like I go up around the other side, and then it's like it's usually more difficult than all that. That was a much smoother way than I normally do it. It's fine. Alright, cutscene time.
さすがさすが。では、わしの本当の姿を見せるとするかの。我が名はロームボス・フォレームス・ハイラル。かつてこの地にあった国ハイラル。その最後の王だ。この国は100年前、大厄災によって滅んだと言うたな。わしはその時に命を失い、今や魂だけの存在となってしまった。記憶の確かでないお主に全てを語れば混乱する。そう考え、わしは仮の姿をとっていたのだ。許せよ。今こそ話そう。100年前、何があったのか。厄災ガノンの正体。それは太古の昔、この国に生まれた魔王が怨念と化して復活した姿なのだ。ガノンは伝説や研ぎ話に現れるものとして語り継がれてきた。だがある時、王国の占い師が一つの予言を告げたのだ。大地に厄災ガノン復活の兆しあり。だがガノンに抗する力もまた大地に眠る。我らは予言に従って発掘を行った。その結果、陶器祖先の手により作られた遺物がいくつも発見された。人が操る獣をかたどった4体の巨大遺物神獣。自らの意志で敵と戦うからくりの兵士ガーディアン。それらは我が国で長きにわたり語られてきた伝説と見事に符合していた。封印の力を持つ王家の姫と大魔の剣に選ばれし騎士。彼らは遥かな太古、異物たちと共にまことガノンを封印していたのだ。100年前の王国には力の継承者である姫と才能ある騎士がいた。そこで我らも祖先に習った陣を張ることにしたのだ。ハイラル中から特に優れた能力を持つ4人を選び出し、神獣を操る任につけ、そして姫を長とし、彼らを英傑と名付けて結束を固めた。姫と5人の英傑が揃うことで厄災は封印できるはずだった。だが狡猾なガノンは我らの想像を超える策をもって復活したのだ。奴はハイラル城の地下深くから現れた。そしてガーディアンと4神獣を乗っ取り襲いかかってきたんだ。城の民や神獣の英傑たちは命を落とし、選ばれし騎士も姫を守るために傷つき倒れてしまった。こうしてハイラル王国は厄災ガノンに壊滅させられたのだ。しかし生き残った姫はなおも一人でガノンに立ち向かった。
リンク、後を託します。あなただけが最後の希望。どうか。
姫の名はゼルダ。わしの娘だ。 そして最後までゼルダを守ってくれた騎士、それがお主だ、リンク。あの日お主の命運は一度尽きた。だがこの大地の祠に運ばれ、100年をかけてようやく蘇生を果たしたのだ。お主が目覚めてより幾度か耳にした導きの言葉、あれは今もハイラル城でガノンを抑え続けているゼルダの声だ。だがゼルダの力はじきに尽きる。その時奴は完全に復活し、この国は今度こそ滅んでしまうだろう。リンクよ、国を守れなかったわしに言えたことではないが、それでも頼みたい。ガノンを倒し、民を、そして娘を救ってやってくれ。だが今なお四神獣はガノンに奪われたまま、ハイラル城でも多くのガーディアンが動き続けておる。今のお主がすぐにあの城へ行くのは厳しかろう。まずはここより東の地にある村を訪ねるのだ。村の名はカカリコという。そこに住むインパという者がお主の行くべき道を示してくれるだろう。カカリコ村の場所はシーカーストーンのマップに記されておる。まずあの双子山を越え、道沿いに北へ進むのだ。
Yeah, so there's the story. Go on, here is the paraglider, just as I promised. The paraglider. Sick. The isolated plateau. Complete. We are officially allowed to leave. With that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs surrounding the area. And I think that's it. I told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. And to a much greater extent, Zelda. We must save Zelda, and to a much lesser extent, the rest of Hyrule. Alright, the soldier's bow. Don't have room. Gonna have to dismantle my stuff. Oop, that was right. I need to do this, and then drop one of the many crappy bows. Sick. In fact, I should be using that crappier bow than I am. Anyway, but yeah, that's the story. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's what you missed. That is all the goods right there, which feels good. Not gonna lie. So now we are officially allowed to leave. We easily could just teleport to the Great Plateau Tower, and officially leave the mainland. Our overarching goal is going to be reaching Kakariko Village, but there will be a lot of stops along the way as we kind of just explore. Our way to jump off here can easily be this way, but it is a scotch difficult without the map, while the map's not empty. The towers are often scary. So there's this. I'm trying to decide what I should be going for here. Probably want to go for that pretty early. So I feel like let's put... Alright, let's put a marker there. Oh, what is my red marker? Oh, that was the old one. We can get rid of that. Okay, so we want to put a marker there. That's one thing we're going for. And then I don't quite know where this other piece is, so I don't know if it's even available yet, but we're gonna try while we're already going over here. So then I'll put a yellow one, but mostly we're gonna be working towards blue first, and then we'll just see what happens. So as you can see, this is the paraglider, and you're allowed to just coast on down so long as you have stamina. So increasing your stamina is really good, because that will of course increase the distance that you can survive. Wow, we almost could reach that center thing, but we're probably gonna go for what's right down here first. Alright. We are downtown. Oh, hey. Is this what I'm looking for? Yes. It's not massively good, but it's cool looking. Okay, so it's only worth 3, although my shield is really close to breaking, so we can just do this. Sick. Anyway, it's not really what we were there for, to be honest. We're heading for the blue marker, but I hear... Oh yeah, I hear good guys in combat. I realize I often wait for my enemies to strike first. You know, even when I don't need to. Apparently my shield is badly damaged. Again. Maybe we'll use the emblazoned shield then. And I will drop the broken one, pick up a better one. There is some clubs. Spear is good. Damage is not as good, but the reach is nice. It's probably fine then. Anyways... Rusty sword. It's good, but it breaks rather quickly, so it's a lot like the skeleton arms. So, like the rusty weaponry, they can be nice because they, you know, they do not terrible damage, but they break quickly, so... I can hear more behind me, I'm just... Oh, yeah. It's like, good luck, idiot. Really screwed that up. Alright, doesn't matter. Then we'll go ahead and grab the spear. Oh, hey, some acorns. Sick. Anyway. Focus. We are on a mission. We don't have time for all these random yahoos. Uh-oh. That's the way to deal with them right there. You don't always have to run away the opposite direction. You also, if they line up, you can just grab it and then throw it forward and then blow it up. But you don't have to kill all of them. You just have to get like a chunk of them and then they'll run off. So the bat swarms look scary, but like they're not nearly as scary as they look. So fear not. Now this is what we're there for right here. There it is. So this is a DLC chest. This is gonna blow your mind. Everyone's like, whoa! It's, oh my gosh, it's the Majora's Mask. An eerie mask passed down from ancient times. Wearing it makes it harder for certain enemies to spot you. It's a rather rare find. So yeah, that is, it's very, very good. Okay, so, I was looking up something to verify what I thought I knew. So the Majora's Mask is one of the best, things in the game. It's super ugly, and I really wish you didn't have to wear it. But it's one of the best things that the DLC gives you, because, so a lot of the basic monstrous enemies, won't attack you. They will, like, the bokoblins, the skeletons, all of those guys, like, all those dudes are gonna, like, really hesitate before attacking. I mean, they're not gonna attack you if you wear it, so... Because in the game, there are several masks that you can get that they all will do certain things. Like, there's, like, one, I think it's an armor, but there's one armor in the game that, like, it looks like a skeleton, so if you wear it, all the skeleton enemies won't attack you. Things like that. But the Majora's Mask, it does what all of those do. So like, so the orc enemies, you know, the bokoblins and all of them, all the skeletons, all those guys will just leave you alone if you're wearing them. If you're wearing Majora's Mask. And so it's one of the best DLC items in the game because. Then, you know, even at night, as you'll probably no doubt notice many times across our playthrough, skeletons, like, while I'm wearing this, skeletons will jump out, and then they'll just look at you. They'll spawn, but they're not going to attack you. Now, there are other enemies, like, it doesn't work on everybody, it just works on quite a few. Oh, it doesn't matter, he saw me, I think. Did he? I guess not. I thought he saw me, so I hesitated. Anyway, but I don't know if this part is gonna work. We're gonna look while I'm literally right here, but I'm having my doubts that this is gonna kick off right away. I'm also not entirely sure where it is. It's like over here somewhere. So if you find, oh well, it doesn't even matter. I can't look at the map. So if it spawns in at all, there should be a glowing spot somewhere. But I don't know if we're allowed to know this yet. Like it might. I don't know if it's waiting on something else to kick off before it'll spawn, or maybe it will spawn. I'm unsure. Okay, so the little orb guys, they seem to still go off, but obviously they're not hard to kill. And I don't even know, is it over here? I'm not even positive exactly where it is. It's over here somewhere, but without the map being visible, I can't see it very well. So even if it was over here, I'm not sure where it would be, because without the map, because it's like above wherever the road is, and I think the road, like dead ends like right over here, you know? I think this is like the dead end of the road, so if that's the case, then it should be somewhere up here. So, this is one of those, this is a spot for one of those memories. So, there are memories in the game that'll give you, like, you know, flashbacks, that'll give you other story stuff. So you can know what the story of Hyrule was and all that. But I'm gonna be honest, I feel like it should be way over here. I feel like I'm way too far. So, and like I said, I'm not positive if I'm even allowed to interact with it yet. Honestly, it might not unlock. Which, honestly, we probably should just wait, because it's probably not even unlocked yet, I would imagine. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's, like, farther into the woods. And that's why, you know, I don't know. The spear is really good for dealing with little guys like them, because they're not hard to kill otherwise. They're just, you know. So, like, that's kind of nice. Anyway, I think we will more or less ignore the memory, because I feel like it should have spawned in already, and it's very obvious when it does, so I feel like I'm probably not allowed to do it yet. So we are going to focus on a little more towards our objective. Because we're very early on, we're still going to loosely work towards our objective, grabbing shrines and loot along the way. And I think that'll loosely be the plan, but the Majora's Mask is very convenient to have on you, because of course lots of enemies won't attack you, which is obviously very good. But in general, I tend to wear it quite a bit, because of course, I mentioned this in the first one, but every engagement is very, like, you're running through your head on whether something's cost-effective or not, you know? And so any fight you can avoid is more cost-effective for you, right? And so, plus, of course, there's always the high chance of death, right? Just in general. So that definitely plays at least a part in that. But anyway. Oh, okay. I was like, holy shoot, what is that? But I was like, oh, right, never mind. I know what that is. Which doesn't matter. I like these, although they're big and scary. They, uh-oh. I don't want to take my weapons out near them. Anyway, these guys are the kind of guys that I don't think attack you with my... Yeah, see? So, they do not attack you with my mask, so just keep your weapon put away, and you'll be fine. I don't know if they get mad if you pull the weapon out, like, in general. Like, for all I know, they don't, you know? Anyway, but all these little orc dudes, like, ain't none of them gonna attack me. Really what I could use is a vantage point. I kinda could use a vantage point. Which, really, I could use this. Even if there's, like, I don't know, enemies on top of it. Most of them are probably gonna be affected by the masks, so... Anyway, we're just gonna get some altitude here so I can figure out loosely where I'm going. Let's see. So there's the flag and all the little town. Is there anything in this little town? Let's see. Actually, yes, it's loaded in treasure chests. Fire emblems, fire arrows, I mean. Regular arrows, amber, traveler's bow, amber. Oh, there's something in there we need. So yes, it is loaded in chests, but but lots of little stuff, nothing life-changing. There is a stone talus at the bottom of it though. So don't get too gung-ho. Opal. I mean, there's chests everywhere. Everywhere. Okay, we're not here for all this though. We're in some tower overlooking all this, but there's a building somewhere closer to the bottom, like over maybe in this building. And we need what's down there. Now, I gotta be careful. I don't want to go too far, because if you go far enough, there's a boss over here somewhere. And some of these little dudes might be real, so there might be turrets hidden in here. Rusty shield. I'm mostly grabbing it so it'll just tell me what it is. But we're actually here for this. Was the book always there? First page. I hid the 8 priceless relics I stole from Hyrule Castle in treasure chests. I shall write down their locations. The ancient mask lies at the ruins where soldiers gathered. From there, the waters of Lake Colomo are visible. That's the Majora's Mask that we just grabbed. The green garments of the man who wished to be a fairy are hidden in the ruins of Hyrule Field. I know that's... What is that, like, I forget the name of it now, but I know I'm not wearing that, so that doesn't matter as much as you would think. Find these pieces at the ruins where trade flourished, at the ruins where sinners were imprisoned, and at the village ruins next to farmland where many people once gathered. The Princess of Twilight, whose stories are handed down alongside those of the hero of Twilight, her helmet can be found at the temple ruins soaked in the waters of the Regencia River. That would be Midna's helmet. Armor worn by fierce phantoms, feared even by heroes, is hidden in the ruins of Hyrule Field. If memory serves, that is like the Phantasm armor or whatever it is. It's one of the best armors in the game. Find these pieces at a battleground where brave souls tested their skill, ceremonial grounds where royal guards are honored, and the ruins where the soldiers of Hyrule gathered. If that's the armor I'm thinking of. EX is all that's written in the last page. What could that mean? Anyway. But yeah, that tells us where a lot of different... There's the Ancient Mask one that we already completed. But by opening that will give me the official, like, quest to find the DLC armor pieces. And we might end up finding them all, like, just across our playthrough. And just to show you guys, you know, we might end up getting them all. Some stuff is really stinking good. Like, it's really, really good. And so it's very important to grab. And other stuff is just, like, neato, but not life-changing. Anyway... Okay, so we don't want to go up on the hill because, of course, there is bad Juju Magumbo over there. But, for the most part, we can just kind of poke around here. I'm a little nervous one of these is going to be real. Oh, there was amber in that one. Anyway, Ancient Spring. Ancient Screw. But, for the most part... We're mostly working our way towards the village, because, yeah, I don't want to... I'm going to have to break those. I'm a little nervous about start yeeting bombs around all over the place. Not to say I wouldn't do it, necessarily, but I'm a little nervous about it. Hey, look, a red rupee. Look at that, our first rupees of the game. But yeah, this is what happens if you're wearing the mask, you know. They're very curious about me, but they're not going to attack me. So, I'll wear this mask a lot, which is unfortunate, but... And I'm not going to wear it the entire time, because there's going to be times where you're just going to want to fight. Like, and that's fine. But let's see, that was the red rupee that we just got. Which I'm assuming, yeah, that's right there. So we can go up in kitty corner, because somewhere up here there is another chest. We're not hunting for all these chests, but going through this area is a whole lot scarier because of those big guys. I think those big guys with my level, I think those big guys will one-shot me. So this, if memory serves, or maybe almost one-shot me, but I wouldn't be surprised if they just one-tapped me like every time. So sometimes the magnet thing can be useful to help you spot items, honestly. So that's the reason I often will hit my little magnet thing. It's just because sometimes it'll be a really convenient way to spot chests and gear, because a lot of it can be very similarly colored, so it can be very difficult to see. Anyway, we're not really here for all this, and I'm not really... Hello, large guy. Don't mind me. I'm just a weird little man, just running around with my mask on, immune from harm against most enemies. Anyway. I'm not worried about them either. Hey guys, what's up? I'm actually here for the shrine over here, so don't mind little old me, just trucking through. Anyway, we're here for this. We definitely need. Generally speaking, I kind of, like, as is reasonable, I prioritize. I prioritize the towers because although they're scary, it's obviously very difficult to see. You know, it's very difficult to see, like, to navigate around without them. So, in general, I kind of tend to prioritize towers if possible because clearing the fog of war that's all over the map is super incredibly useful, as you would imagine. So, and overall, I tend to just wear the Majora's Mask when I need to, you know? Like, if I'm running through fields and it's obviously full of the bokoblins and stuff, obviously that's the time to wear it. But, like, in here, I don't have to wear it in here, obviously. And obviously, I don't want to. Because it's not obviously not attractive. I just, you know, I just wear it if I need to. So, anyway. I think this is a pretty simple one, if memory serves. It's all about the glider and stuff. Alright, so what is this? Oh, amber. Convenient. Anyway. Alright, so that would get me over there. That just gets me back. Nothing crazy. Whee! I'm just verifying what's what. Uh-huh. Oh, that was... I had to spam the jump button. It was so close. Wow. It's a really fancy claymore. Anyway, it's... As usual, I have no stinking inventory space, but... Oh, there we go. The bokoblin thing will last like 2 hits, so... I'll take it. Easily my strongest weapon now. Anyway. Okay. There's the fancy item. Sometimes there's more than one, but... that's probably it for this one. I'm just gonna wait for my stamina to come back and go. Sick. Make sure there's nothing behind, which there's not. And we get our next spirit orb. You always love to see an easy one, you know? But in some ways, almost the more important thing is because I found that and I obviously beat it now, and even if you don't beat it, if you just activate it, it will give you a teleport point, obviously. So, especially before the map is discovered and the fog of war is clear and before I can see, having those teleport points can be a great way of helping to figure out where I am, which is a real problem, especially before you have the towers, because before you have towers, it's very confusing trying to navigate, you know, when trying to navigate. It's very confusing. So we need to get my mask on. Where's my mask? Safe. Strange mask rumors. Teleportation rumors. Ancient horse rumors. Anyway, we're not here for all this. Royal Guard rumors. I will read all of those as soon as they're done popping up. It's going to take a second. Merchant Hood. Garb of Winds. Lots of references from old Zelda games. Obviously, the inventory is full. Surprise, surprise. I will look at those in a second. I need to check my bows. We can do this. Usurper King. I think that's Xant's armor, by the way. Look at that. We are completely out of the level 4 bows. We're all the way in on 5s now. Xenoblade Chronicles 2. And those are all the DLC quests popping up, so that's pretty pog. Okay, so here's what's going on with all this. So, active quest to display its waypoints on the map. So, Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Look at the night sky in these locations and find the red shooting stars. So you go to these specific spots, and there's going to be these shooting stars. This is one of the ones that I don't remember if I've ever even finished this one. Then, of course, we have the Phantasma armor, which is very, very good, and it gives you hints of where they are, but obviously one of the best ways is to use the interactive map that I have open and just find them that way. The Twilight Relic, the Princess of Twilight, whose stories are handed down alongside the Hero of Twilight, so this is Midna's helmet. And then they give you a hint. The fairy clothes, which of course we saw. The teleportation rumors. Rumor has it that there's a tool that allows you to instantly travel to wherever you placed it. Apparently, the South Oculus stable has a copy of the book, which will detail the rumors about this rare item. And so that'll be this fancy teleport item that I don't recall exactly how that works. Strange mask rumors. Rumor has it there's an item called the Korok mask that has the power to alert its wearer when a Korok is hiding nearby. The Woodland stable will give you details. This is another one that's not massively useful because if you have the interactive map, it'll show you where all of the Korok seeds are. So you don't need the mask because I have a map that'll tell me exactly where they are. Dark armor. The royal family of Hyrule collected historically significant outfits, but they were stolen by a bandit named Misko. One of the items stolen was armor belonging to a dark entity. I don't remember what this armor is about, but the Daya Village ruins there's a journal that'll give you details, which I almost think is sort of on the way to where we're going ish. But I think it's very scary because it is. It can be on the way, but it is scary because there is a stone talus just vibing over there. So that can be a little scary, but it's actually not far at all from where we're standing. The Usurper King, which I think is Xant's armor. The Daya Village ruins, there's a journal that'll detail the locations. One of the items stolen was a helmet of the Usurper King. The Garb of Winds, the royal family of Hyrule collects insignificant outfits. One of the items stolen is the blue garb of the Hero of Winds. I think this is just the straight up I don't know. It's like, is this the blue one? This is like the blue champion version of the armor that we have, maybe, or something, or maybe it's a different. Maybe this is the one from Wind Waker, possibly. Anyway, the Day of Village Ruins. There's a journal. Merchant Hood, the traveling merchant's hood. Day of Village Ruins. You're noticing probably a trend. Royal Guard rumors. Rumor has a Royal Guard uniform can still be found in Hyrule Castle. So once you're all the way in Hyrule Castle, you can get the Royal Guard armor. Hyrule Castle is going to be right at the end, though. So odds are you're probably not going to need it. Ancient horse rumor. Rumor has it there's a bridle that summons a horse's skill and saddle that can summon your horse right to you. But does that supposed ancient horse gear really exist? The Highland Stable will give you details. So apparently you can if you equip them with this stuff, you can summon your horse immediately. Which is funny because I almost never use horses, period. Because I often will be on foot because it's it's a little faster to travel, obviously, if you have a horse. Obviously, I mean, maybe much faster. But, you can get around well enough with just your glider and lots of stamina. But mostly it's because looting is way harder on a horse, because I think you have to hop off and loot and all this stuff. And, versus if you're on foot, you can look at everything. If there's, a weird obstacle, which is very common, you can just, rapidly look at it and, jump into it. And it's just so nice. And if you're on a horse, you can't just, you have to get off the horse and then go explore. And it's this whole thing about trying to figure out how to get to it. So it's the cross of the bridge and then go south, and that's where the lake is. And that's where the rumor is for a big chunk of all of our stuff. I'm a little tempted to go straight there, but it's a little nerve-wracking because there is a boss over there. It's pretty obvious about where the boss is, so we don't have to be super, super worried. And that's not to say it wouldn't be worth it. So it's something to consider doing. Hey, look! There's a person. Hello. I may be somewhat used to seeing bad omens by now, but let's just say it's better than most. We're doomed! I mean, don't panic. Sorry, who are you? Have we met? Well, it doesn't matter who you are, really. I was getting tired of talking to myself, so you've come at a good time. By the way, those strange things that popped out of the ground, did you see them? I'm not talking about mushrooms here. I'm talking about those towers. They seem to have popped up all over the place. And that's not the only strange thing that's happened. These long deserted shrines suddenly started glowing. You know what that means, don't you? The end is here! With all that craziness happening, I've been keeping an eye on that thing. Just to see if it suddenly starts moving, What thing? I'm talking about the Guardian, of course. Haven't you heard the old stories about Hyrule? See that thing over there? The one shaped like an overturned urn? That is what I'm talking about. Did you see some of them? Did you know some of them can move? One of them once chased me down and tried to kill me. This one here? No, it was a different one. That one was closer to the castle, but before the forest. When they spot you, they shoot blue beams of light at you. Man, I was so sure that was the end for me, I was prepared for the worst. But I somehow managed to escape into the nearby woods. You think it was my lightning-fast reflexes that saved me? Huh, I wish. Truth is, I just got lucky. Anyway, I hear guardians like that still wander around Hyrule Castle. Be careful. Yeah, they wander around everywhere, brother. I mean, thanks for the tip, but they wander around everywhere, and they are spooky, to say the least. You think this one's a real turret? Probably not. Don't be real, because there's nowhere to hide. Sick. So let's say, please don't be real, because getting away from you would be quite difficult. So a little tip, it's a very little tip, but when you pick up a rock, spam the grab button. So, you know, you'll be spamming A like a lunatic, because some rocks will have something underneath them, like, say, a lizard. And lizards are good for a variety of things, but later on, you're gonna, but one of them, you'll need them for upgrade materials, I believe, if memory serves, for certain armor. That you'll need, possibly. We're gonna need later with the way I play. And so upgrading the armor is important, but one of the upgrade materials is, I believe, lizards. And so just so the habit and it's easy to do, so it's not a big deal. Is when you're picking up a rock, spam the A button, and then you can grab it. So here is Daya Lake, or however you say that. Yeah, I guess that's how you would say it. There's a stone talus, which I know you're not gonna, unless, I mean, obviously, if you played the game, you know what it is. But I just assume that my viewers don't know about what stuff is. Just make it, just for me. It just makes it easier for me to explain if I act like you don't know what I'm talking about. So there's a boss. It's like a giant stone boss. We have yet to fight one because in general I avoid fighting bosses in this game because I'm a coward and it's hard. The stone taluses are probably the easiest boss to fight though. They're not actually that difficult. You just gotta watch out. They're not that hard. Anyway, he's right down there. I assume is in this blank spot right there. But there's a boss down there. Now, luckily, we can skirt along the edges and not trigger it, so that's gonna be important. Oh, you stupid bird! I was like, what was that? Anyway, we're not here for all that. We're skirting along the edges down this side. And because there is a book down here that's going to give us what we need, the rumors that we need for some of more of our DLC armors. And I think it is a little like lower, maybe in one of the wells or near that well right there. It might be in there or near there. So we're going to look on some of these little buildings first before I go near the well. Just to see. Just to see. Look, guys, he thinks we can't see him. He's funny. I don't know if my armor makes me immune to those ones, so... or my mask, I mean. Yeah, that's the issue, is see if I can remember. So the other thing, a little tip, you can search wagons. Most wagons you can just search like this. I mean, well, I'd say a lot of them, maybe not even most of them, but a lot of wagons can just be searched just like that. So, something to keep in mind. We gotta be careful, though. I'm really trying not to aggro... Give me your frog. Anyway, try not to aggro any kind of boss. Hey, wait a minute. Aha. Oh, look at that. Cheeky. There was a blade in there. Anyway, it's not even close what we're here for. Although it is a great way of figuring out where I am. I guess I'll go ahead and equip this. We'll drop this. We'll grab the really good blade. But if I just grab the 8-fold blade... Okay, we actually need to go down some more. Ah, there's the book. Okay, I hid the 6 priceless relics I stole from the Hyrule Castle in treasure chests. I wrote down their locations. Traveling Merchant's Hood is in the right hand of a dragon that consumes the Spring of Courage at Dracozu Lake. I know where that is. Blue Garb of the Hero has controlled the wind and traveled the ocean. Obviously, that would be Wind Waker. Where the Minot River was born. The helm of the self-proclaimed King of Shadows, that's Zant from Twilight Princess, is in the swamp of the Valley of Dead Trees, south of Dueling Peaks. The evil spirit's armor set is hidden within Farron's Sea of Trees. Find these pieces at the highest of the 3 waterfalls north of Lake Floria, at the bridge between South Waterfalls on Floria River, and at the Broken Stone Bird at Ibarra Forest. EX2 is all that's written. There we go. There's an update on all of those things that we needed. Yeah, it's gonna update all of our swag now. Okay, so there's all of that, which is great, and that's really what we needed. So I think now we're probably going to cut east and maybe try and work our way towards that tower. I don't know if we're gonna be able to actually get there, but We are going to try. Alright, so I picked a whole bunch of apples from that tree, which is great. There's the tower. So we're just gonna highlight that, and we're gonna see what this smoke is. Is this like good smoke or bad smoke? Bad smoke, maybe? Oh, no. Good smoke. I mean, probably. Hello!
Hi.
Hey, you a traveler? Grab a spot by the fire if you'd like. I'm a traveling merchant. Name's Giro. Nice to meet you. Crazy times we live in, huh? I go into the forest all on my own to get my wares. But there are safer ways to get them, such as buying from travelers like you. So, you happen to have anything you're interested in selling? Sure. I mean, I'm probably not gonna really sell anything. I just... Interesting. I was just kind of curious. Now it's my turn. You want to buy something? Sure. What do you got? Truffle, carrot. Nothing crazy. Alright, well, hey. Even the areas in civilization are full of monsters these days. Just strolling through the woods can be dangerous. You be careful. Thanks, bro. Tree branch, we don't need that crap. Alright, on to our little side quest of attempting... Whoops. Of attempting to grab... this tower. Who knows how it's gonna go? But... we're gonna try. I am very nervous that it's gonna go very poorly. Well... lots of water. That's not what it looks like, skeleton. They attacked me first. Alright, we have made him mad because he saw me kill the bats, but obviously I had to defend myself, so... a Boko bat. It was a 6, though. I'm not positive, man. I don't feel like that bat's gonna be better than what I'm already carrying. So do you think the challenge of this one is just gonna be, what, crossing the water? Activating the power and seeing the entire lake light up is a little bit like a flashbang. But yeah, this is how you cross. This is how in the past I have crossed lakes. Let's put it that way. I see all these fish and I keep wanting to try and go for them, you know. But anyway, but yeah, in the past this is how I have crossed. I have, yeah. But see, that's what happens though. If you do it too fast, Link will go underneath and then he'll try to surface and break his head on it and break it. Anyway, but because if you don't have the stamina, like this is your best possible solution. Anyway. This tower might be an easy one, because it's very early on, and it's on the way to Kakariko Village, so the game probably assumes you're new. Sneaky river snail. There's a little frog over there in the water, too. Dueling Peaks Tower. Oh, Link, that was top 10 greatest things I've ever seen. Also, not what I wanted him to do, but don't mind that. Anyway, I wanted him to do this. Just trying to ascend as much as possible. Hey, are these rocks breakable? Not with throws like that, they're not. Ah. I just didn't want him coming back. Oh. A soldier's spear. It was worth 7. Give me that. Anyway, Soldier Spear worth 7. Perfectly balanced. It's like a thrown item. I feel like it's probably... I mean, the damage is higher anyway, but... throwing spears are meant to be thrown, obviously. So, you know. Whoops. There's something keeps sparkling there, like there's an item there, but it's a lie, don't believe it. Alright, we do not need this anymore. So for my own sanity. Because mostly now what we're doing is climbing. Alright, we are almost... Hey, we're here. Let's do it! Grab that tower! Oh, we can slide our map over to where we're actually standing. Which I think is right... Yeah, that's the one right there. Our second tower! Sick. And now that we have that teleport point, it's also gonna show us the map. And clear this region so we can see. One of my favorite things. Clearing the map so I can see. Truly. Yeah, that entire middle section. Let's go. Updated. Additional functionality detected. Hey, we got the Sheikah sensor. Searching for shrines. The sensor reacts when you are close to shrines that you have not yet visited. If you head in the direction where the shrine is strongest, reaction is strongest, you should be able to find a shrine. You can enable it or disable it with Y on the map screen. But yeah, so now officially when you're near a shrine, your sensor will beep at you if you're facing one. So it is convenient and neato, but of course with an interactive map that I always have open, I already know where the shrines are. So indicated near the minimap, search for shrines, move in the direction of the strongest signal. See? It's because there's both sides of Dueling Peaks has shrines on top, so. Although I remember those Dueling Peak shrines are a little bit ridiculous. Like, as far as like what you need to do, like, yeah, I do remember that the Dueling Peak shrines are involved. It's not to say we couldn't actually jump on it and go do one. Although I think I remember there's one shrine that's like really down low. I just never remember which one it is. Yeah, there's actually 3 shrines like really close to each other. It's interesting, but 2 of them are linked. I remember that 2 of them are very connected. And so you like do stuff at one and then you have to go back to the other one and then you go and then do stuff at that one and then go back to the other one and then you like, you know, it's like that kind of whole thing. Very unique, but a little bit difficult. The issue is stamina, because I don't really have the stamina to make it very far. Not to say that we, like, because I could glider, like, and try to go for this cliff, but I feel like when I do, if you're using Link's head as an arrow, because I could, like, I don't think I'd make it far enough. I think would end up landing, like, there or something, and I had to climb up and see if I had the stamina to make it. Is kind of the issue. My other little bit of temptation is to just go this way. Is to go this way and stay low or stay on the upper ledge here. I think actually, you know what, we're gonna do that. Because I'm a little concerned I don't have the stamina to go up this side, you know? Alright. The other reason that sorry, I wanted to do this. But I wanted this. Sorry, I'm struggling. That's why. That's why. I was like, I can't, what am I doing wrong? It's like, well, let me tell you. It's because I was trying to hit jump with the button that's not jump in this game. Sorry. We're actually just grabbing all this free cheese. Rock salt. Commonly used to season food. I did it again. Hang on. Do this, and then jump, then do that. No! Well, that's so not nice. Of course I have to go down and get it, but... so, that is not cool. What's also not going to be cool... Okay, never mind. I was about to say when I don't make it, but I will barely make it. Anyway, but I think there might be one shrine that's down low, you know? Aha! I knew there was a shrine that was down low. Ridahi Shrine. Sick. I knew there was a shrine that was down low, because up top there is one shrine on each peak. There's like one that's higher, and then one that's a little lower, but they're both up there. But then I thought I remembered that there was one shrine that was way at the bottom. Anyway, just because we're about to do this. Alright, see what the dealio is with this one. Timing is critical. Gonna go ahead and roll the ball down into there. That will get it in the hole, which will activate the platform. Let's unequip this before I accidentally try to use my mining hammer in combat. Pretty much I will probably only exclusively use that hammer for mining most of the time, so. Okay. So, I don't think there is anything going on over there, which there's not. Now, that'll activate this, then maybe we'll, like, try there. Perfect. How does he do it? How does he do it? And that'll get it in the hole. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be here all week. There! Not quite. Yeah, we need a little more gusto. Nope, a little too late. Haha! Oh man, he's incredible. Oh. Okay, step. Hopefully that's gonna be enough time. Haha! Genius! Climber's bandana. Speed climb up. It may look like a regular bandana, but it's actually infused with ancient technology that enhances core strength to improve your climbing ability. Sick. So now when I'm not wearing the Majora's Mask, I have at least something else to wear. Plus, it's cool. Look at that. I got the climber's bandana. That's awesome. Alright, was there anything down there? No. I'm a little confused. Why would there be an option, though? There is a ladder, though, so if I want to get down, I can. Oh, yeah, see? Truly, there is nothing down here. Except these barrels. We're not here for all that, because I got what I needed. What's funny is there might be another way, like maybe what you're supposed... Oh, you know, honestly, I probably do that wrong. What they probably assume you'll do is you're gonna run to the end. You're gonna run to the end, grab the barrel, and then what? Because those barrels are metal, so you probably could use the magnesis, or, you know, the magnet, grab the barrel, and then carry it back to that button, and then set it on the button so that the ramp is always activated. That's probably how they assume you're going to do it. But I figured out in one of my other playthroughs that you could time stop the button down, and then run, and you could make it. It's tight, but you can make it. That's probably the backwards way that I do it. But to be honest, that other way probably makes more sense. Anyway. I don't know if so these are more of those lizards. Those ones are water ones, obviously. I don't know if my mask works on them. Okay. That little alfalfa-looking monster. It's only a traveler's bow, and I'm already carrying like 8 of those. See that? So it's trying to pretend it's a plant, but it's not. If you get close, it'll jump out of the water and start shooting at you. Anyway, it's probably yelling about the shrines that are up top, I would imagine, but... Or no, actually, never mind. It's probably yelling about the shrine around the corner, because there's another shrine around the corner. That's probably exactly what it's yelling about. Which, of course, I already knew that. And it's conveniently along the way. Alright, we do need my mining hammer, though. Anyway, and our first stable over there, by the way. Ooh, there's more. Sick. I almost think you could barely make it with this ledge. Yeah, and by barely I mean perfectly make it, because you can't go through all those spikes. So that's how you make it right there. What is happening here? The water guides. Oh, okay, yeah, ice thing, obviously. But wait, there's more. I literally almost missed. Alright, I know you cannot climb these, whoops. I know you cannot climb these, surfaces as far as the, stuff built onto the shrine goes, so like this one. You can't climb these, so, you know. You might think, oh, well, you know, just climb the ledge, forehead, but you can't. Alright, so this is where things get complicated, because there is a ball that's falling, which you might have barely noticed there. So the ball falls down. You have to figure out where to put your little things here to get the ball to stay in place. And then it's a little complicated because there's also this platform. This platform moves, And so you kind of have to, like, either you have to time stop it at the right angle and time it right, or you have to put another one of your little things down so it won't move. But you have to do something like that. So it's a whole thing. I guess we're going to try something like this. And then maybe we'll put another one right there so that it doesn't move. You know, honestly, we almost got that immediately. It'd be so funny if I sniped it out so well. Nailed it. Wow, we just completely sniped that out. It was like, wasn't even difficult. We did that so fast. Wow. There you go. Yeah, that's exactly how you do that right there. It was so funny how fast I did that. It's incredible. I mean, not to pat myself on the back, but like, damn. And that is the 30-second guide on how to do that shrine. That's so funny. I feel like in the past I remember struggling, been like, no, I gotta move it here, I gotta move it here, like constantly having to readjust it like over and over and over, and yeah, nope. That's so funny. It's just sniped that right out. Well, that was cool. Anyway. Well, there you go. So that is our third shrine. So we get one more, and we can maybe raise our stamina by one, which would be pretty hype. Not gonna lie. So we'll see. We'll see. But now that we did that, the thorns are gone, so we can leave, which makes sense. Otherwise, you'd have to teleport out to actually leave, which would be weird. Which would be cringe. Anyway, so then we get access to our first little stable. And you can always tell because it has the giant horse head. Or dragon head, or whatever that is, up top. And there are quite a few stables throughout the area, like more than you would think. So it's cool. And it comes with this really peaceful music. And it's great. The Dueling Peak stable. And the shrine was because of the shrine in close proximity. It is very convenient because now we can just get here really, really quick. Welcome to the Dueling Peak stable. What do you think of the place? Pretty nice, yeah? It might be hard to imagine now, but this place was nearly destroyed about 100 years ago. However, thanks to the blessings of the Dueling Peaks, everything is full of life again. Even the wild horses are back. There's a lot of energy in this place. So where are you headed? Both Kakariko Village and Hateno Village are nearby. Kakariko Village? Kakariko Village is the village where the Sheikah clan lives. It's said that some time ago they had advanced technologies that were more powerful than anything anyone had seen. But that power put them at odds with the king of the time, and they were scattered across the land. Anyway, if you leave here and follow the road straight to the north, you'll find a big bridge. Cross that and keep following the path, and you'll come to the Kakariko Village gate. Leave it to Rensa to tell you about the roads around the area. Hateno Village? Hateno Village is a village on the edge of Hyrule. It was largely unaffected by the events of the Great Calamity, so the people are pretty easygoing. I hear that they even have a research center, but folks tend to avoid the weird scientist who lives there. Anyway, head north from here until you reach a fork in the road, then go east and follow the road. It's a little far if you walk it, but with a horse you should be able to get there in under a day. Leave it to Rensa to tell you about the village. Anyway. Everything looks good as it always has, but the effects of the Great Calamity still linger. For example, a lot of monsters come out at night, so be careful when the sun sets. Anyway, so when you get a horse, you can put a horse in the stable here. What up? I've got the scoop on Misko's treasure, and it's great. Listen up, Dak. Prison, hang on. What? Hey, buddy, what's your problem? You aren't being incredibly rude and listening to our conversation, are you? We're treasure hunters on the trail of our latest score, the treasure of the great bandit Misko. It's as good as ours. Prison, you're gonna give it all away. Sorry, Dak, I got carried away. Anyway, we're busy here, dude, so if you need something, take it up with someone else. Oh, really? Don't worry, guys, I'm gone. You again? Pay no mind to my little bro's chatter from before. He's got a penchant for running his mouth with crazy talk. So, Misko's treasure? Ah, shoot. Well, can't say I didn't try to throw him off. Hey, Dak, why don't we just tell him? Maybe he'll leave us alone if we do. I mean, if we can't figure this riddle out, there's no way someone like him will be able to. That's a good point. We're after nothing less than the treasure of Misko, the great bandit. Finding it would mean incredible riches. Well, I'm not about to give this information away for free. I'm no fool. That's the keen sense of the strongest treasure hunter at work. No gold left behind. Not by Dak. You're great, Dak. You're great, Dak. That'll be 100 rupees to learn what we know. Truth is, it'd be a steal to get this exclusive scoop for 1,000 rupees. What do you say? No. Anyway, Misko's treasure, not that we're talking about such a thing, is only for the best of treasure hunters. Probably rules you out, bub. The fewer people after it, the better, and we've still got the scoop. Yeah, so I don't have the money for that. And even if I did, I'm not positive if I need to. If there's another way to figure it out, I would prefer to. Alright, so the nice thing about stables is they're kind of a little refuge. Oh, I was thinking about taking one of those apples. Apparently anything lying around here is up for grabs. Well, you can frickin' find another one. Anyway, but the nice thing about these stables is that they're a refuge. And, there's like some free food lying around. There's technically, if you were really aggressive, you could like blow up all those and search them. But they're a nice little refuge, and you can cook food. They have fireplaces, and so it's a great place to stock up on your cooked food, and it's lots of good stuff. Maybe we'll just do something like that. Something like that, nothing wild. Sick. Anyway, how are we doing on big food? Not bad. Not bad. Let's see. Anything else we could do? Raw meat. Raw meat is actually good to sell, to be honest. This could be funny. Anyway, but yeah, it's a great place to stock up on food. If you had horses, you could board them here, and you know, there's lots of neato things you can do. And like I said, there is little amounts of food lying around. This guy, he's a shop, so you'll see him around a lot because he's often at stables, if not always. But yeah, he's a mobile shop. You also will see him in the world space, just like vibing around at times. If you ever see him, he will sell things. But anyway, so obviously they're gonna get to me about horses. Hey, I saw that look you gave me. Fine, you don't believe me? Let's go, pal, you and me, right here, right now. You want to challenge the second place Hyrule horse taming competition winner to a tame-off? You got it, mister. Okay. That's the spirit. The only rule is that you must bring a wild horse back to the spot within the time limit. This area is chock full of wild horses. Any one of them will do. My record is 2 minutes flat, so you need to bring back a wild horse within that time. Prepare for extreme taming. Oh, Lord, I wasn't... Dang it all. I wasn't looking for all this. I don't know how well horses can detect. Don't turn around. Don't turn around. Horses. God dang it, dude. We did it. Alright, easy. There you go. Turn around, big guy. Okay, really quick. Just for the aesthetics. How do you like that? Amazing! But I still can't believe you beat my 2-minute record so easily. I mean, I won second place in the Hyrule horse taming competition. To be fair, it was just my brother and I competing. Anyway, here's the purse for winning the second official Hyrule horse taming competition. You earned it. Hey, cool. I guess there's more competition out there than I knew about. Maybe Hyrule isn't so bad after all. Hey. It's actually not who I was here to talk to. Alright, let's go a little bit forward, my friend. Hi. Welcome to my stable. We deal in all things horse-related. We also double as an inn. Huh, I haven't seen your face before. Do you know about the stable system? No. That's what we'll say. Then allow me to explain. You can board your horse companions with us and then summon them as you please from our network of stables. You may have come across wild horses during your travels. If you catch one and ride it here to register it, it will become your horse companion. One person can board up to 5 horses, and you're able to swap horses in and out as you please. Do you know how to catch a wild horse? I know how. Oh, pardon me. Let me start over. Hey. Welcome to our stable. If you come with a wild horse, you can register it with us here. Or if you want to stay for a rest, please head to the counter inside. What'll it be? Register a horse. Gotcha. You sure this is the one? Yup. Not a problem. We charge a registration fee to help support our conservation efforts. The fee will also get you a locally made saddle and bridle for your horse. It's 20 rupees. Sure. Thanks. Please enter a name for your horse. Oh, I need a horse name. Isn't this I think this is the name of the horse Aragorn uses in Lord of the Rings. Brigo. Yeah. Your registration is complete. Would you like to take your horse with you? No. Here you go. Good news, guys. We have a horse. I've never gotten a horse so fast. That's because I accidentally signed up for a quest that I wasn't prepared for. If you get separated from your horse, you can whistle it. It'll come running. So yeah, if you hit down on the D-pad, you can whistle and your horse will show up. But your horse isn't magic. It can't hear you from too far away, so keep it in mind. So yeah, you have to be near your horse to whistle. It's not just gonna apparate out of the sky. Obviously, that's just silly. Anyway, there is... So the village, you can just stick to the road here, which is probably how we'll do it. You can also go through the fork and go the other way, but obviously we are going to get to Kakariko Village before we get to Hateno Village. Hateno Village is a little more of a trek. Right. Well, time-wise, we're close enough, probably. Mostly because we're at a great saving point here, and time-wise, we're just about there. In general, for recording, I will probably have... This will be one of those games that there's going to be a lot of cuts. And so I kind of suspect that this will be one of those games where I kind of go closer to 2 hours for the recording, knowing that the goal is to get as close to an hour and a half of actual footage as possible. Very similar to Cyberpunk in that way, so... if the video lengths are shorter, like if it ends up being an hour and 15 minutes or whatever, I probably did like the almost 2-hour recording, so I just cut out a lot of footage. So I do fully suspect this game will be very heavy on cut footage. Time will tell, but that would not at all surprise me. But yeah, great progress. We got off the plateau and we discovered our first stable and we got lots of shrines. And our overall goal is we are still working towards Kakariko Village. There is neato things that we will be able to do there. We'll get access to some real shops, so they'll sell some clothes and other really good things. And so, and plus, one of the other nice things is there is a little shrine in Kakariko Village, and by shrine I mean like statue, so that we can turn in our stuff for more hearts or stamina. There is a little one in the village, and so it's very convenient because there's also a shrine in the village, so that you can teleport directly to the village anytime you want to. And so it's very convenient because it's much more convenient to turn in your spirit orbs there for heart containers or stamina containers rather than the Temple of Time, because there's no teleport point in the Temple of Time. So to get over there, you have to go to the Shrine of Resurrection, I guess, and then run, and then either glide over or run over. And that's just not as convenient as other options that we have available. So. Plus, of course, we're still super early on, and so kind of getting that done is a good expenditure of our time. So it'll give us access to lots of good things. So that's still overall definitely our objective. Loosely, though, after we grab that, we might be working on kind of clearing the map a little more, like especially trying to get some more towers, because our vision is incredibly limited right now. And it would be really nice to be able to see a little more than we can, so I would not be against that. So anyway, that is going to call for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later. Oh, did I just collateral that guy? Yeet. There, you go first. He's like, I think it's clear, man. You're good. As the great Bob Ross would say, what a happy accident. Later, idiots. I could hear Darth Vader in my head. I have you now. No, walk it off, bro. You're okay. It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up. That was so perfect.